Hello again, people. Moin away from the Cricket as always, and as usual. I'm going to be covering another demon from the Grimorium Verum. His name is Minoson, Minosons, or Minosum. I will be using Minosum. Just for the sake of practicality, whatever. In any case, Minosum. Here goes description in the Grimorium Verum. Minosons or Minosum can make one win at any game of chance. So that's obviously a hint, a hint at, sorry, a hint at gambling and the likes. Just like it says, any game of chance. Even honestly, investments in stocks are on the table. Anything that by definition is has an element or one or more elements of risk attached to it. Now, I looked into Minosons or Minosum. In any case, I looked into him. And let's start off with his appearance first. He looks like a small, for people that know the Penguin from the Batman series, you guys know what I'm talking about. He looks like a short, very small man that's like a ruler high, typical GV, typical Grimorium Verum style. Um, and he is obviously Infernal Spirit Demon. But he is dressed in eloquent clothing. He looks like a typical like fat Wall Street fat cat, essentially from I don't know the 80s or something, wearing like a fur coat, etc. And he is, like I said, short and stubby. He literally looks like a realistic version of the Penguin if from the Batman series. If the Penguin was like thingy high, if the penguin was like the aforementioned height or a tier to such, like 30 centimeters, and without the pointy nose and the ugliness, he just looks like a regular. I mean, facially, he looks like a regular guy. Hold on, let me let me briefly look up for people that have no idea who the penguin is. Um, this is an example because people are unfamiliar with Batman. This is a an example of what the guy looks like. Damn it! Let me zoom in properly. So yeah, that's essentially what the guy looks like. But in a realistic version, so without the pointy nose and so on and so forth. And let me see what else. Yeah, now his attributes. He has strong solar and lunar and solar vibes. Officially, he is lunar, but honestly, I would still recommend that people that want to work with him use solar correspondences because let's just say if you're going to work with him for what he is known for, obviously, which you should, um, the sun would still be more practical in the way of correspondences compared to the moon. Corresponding zodiac sign is Cancer, obviously, based on what I said. But again, obviously, based on what I said again, there are also strong Leo vibes. Um, but again, the sun is recommended. Once again, the sun is recommended for correspondences compared to the moon. You can use both, but still, I would recommend the sun. Um, Now, long story short, in terms of his abilities, it's completely correct. You can work with him for gambling and anything that relates to gambling. Um, but this is the thing. You're supposed to, typical demon, typical infernal spirits, you're only supposed to work with him on or utilize him for such on rare occasion. Rare occasion, I mean, think at most once a month and just overall like 2 times a year in no particular order. Okay, that is very unrecommended. Do not use any kind of order or pattern. It's supposed to be more of a one-off. It's supposed to, not more, it's supposed to be a one-off kind of deal because disaster is going to strike if you utilize him for that at a not consistent level, even at a frequent level, regardless of frequency. If you're going to be like, oh, okay, so I'll do this like once a month or every Tuesday or once a year or regularly or anything like that, in the sense that you're going to build up a schedule or a pattern, no. So you're essentially supposed to like utilize him As in, okay, I'm gonna do this. Bam, I do it. And afterwards, you just like, okay, we'll see some other time. It's supposed to be randomized and it's supposed to be really like far apart. Do not even remotely think about um, about utilizing this guy in a Saturn-like frequency or anything similar. Otherwise, you're going to fail. And that's all. Bye.